Hello, Gemini. This is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hey, my friends. How are you doing? I hope everyone is safe and well. Please like, share, subscribe, leave us a comment if you feel so inclined. It really helps us more than you know. Thank you very, very much. Gemini, let's hop in. What I was getting for you in the written channeling was beautiful communicators. So that's definitely what I'm getting for you here. Like coming from the heart, you are channels of love and light. Some of you may identify as such already. Others of you may not yet, I want to say. It's not the most easy path, but it's definitely a very rewarding path, a very beautiful path. And it's very much filled once you reach a certain point. It's very much filled with magic and wonders. And I was immediately hearing India Arie's song, "Welcome magic and wonder, brilliance and grace." I forgot the name of it, but I love the song. I think it's called yeah, it is. It's called I Am. And that's interesting too, because in my intro, before I do your reading, I would do my little spiel, and part of it is I am, I am, I am. I am the light divine. I am the love sublime. I am the peace beyond space and time. I am, I am. I am. Now, either, oh, my throat, wow. Now, either you may have a little protective ritual, a little ritual in place for your own stuff, or one may come in, or we're really talking about the I amness of things. This is very much to me, I am one with all things. So very interesting if we're going to have a look into it. What I want to say here too is that there is a little bit of a distraction energy around you, meaning there are a lot of things going on possibly in your life right now that make you give you the inclination of going elsewhere, not because you don't want to do what is at hand right now or to avoid anything. It's just the way it is. There may be a lot of things around you that are equally as pleasant or equally as interesting as what you have at hand here, Gemini. But just to be mindful of this energy and to stay focused on the topic at hand. It's okay. It's okay. What do we have for Gemini? Oh, the beautiful communicators. And what do we have? The King of Swords, who is such an who is such an eloquent communicator. Like, it's unreal. They went through something, right? But this is the reason why they're so well shaped. I want to say this is the reason why you're so well shaped, because you know the shadow side as well as the light side. Like, you've seen a couple things in your lifetime, and oh wow, that kind of came through British. You may be from the UK. Wow, that was interesting right there. And you know how channeling comes through in different languages too, actually. Not per se in that language, but for example, when I started to channel, it started to come through in English, and I would translate in English, and I was wondering why, because I'm German, so that didn't quite fit the picture. And I was like, okay, but then as I started the channel, it was very clear, right? Because my audience needs not to be just German, but a more international kind of an audience. So that's why. And that was interesting to me. Also, it could have been, connected to past lives in my case also. The reason I'm saying this, and if you're new, I sometimes share personal information, more or less personal, because it's relevant for who I'm reading for. In this case, you, Gemini. You may have a strong connection to bats. And it's funny, when I'm thinking bats, because people have different perceptions of them. Some are really afraid of them, others are rather fascinated by them. And this, I feel, speaks to your personality, because the way people perceive Gemini sometimes can be, and excuse that, it's a general thing to say, I know, but it's two-faced, right? Because you are the twins, so there's two sides of you that you can show at one time or not show at one time, which can throw some people off. And I want to say, especially those that haven't looked into their own shadow selves yet, because what they can't see within themselves is you may be a projector to them, a mirror of sorts to them. I'm immediately being reminded of the human design, because this is where we have the projectors, I believe, people that are going around and are acting as mirrors for people. If we're unaware of that fact, that can be painful if we take that personally. But if you know this is what's happening, then that can be quite helpful. You have a lot of animals around you, is what I can see here, Gemini. You may be collecting feathers also, and make them into something, or keep them around in some form or capacity sometimes. Or all the time, depends. I'm also seeing an electric wire. It's like an electric wire that goes somewhere, and for that reason, I kind of, and usually I would have collected these cards, but I didn't, so there's something in that as well. I'll get to that. I want to put you over here, because there seems to be a connection, right? I just saw the sword as, you know, it's not a telephone post, but it's an electrical post. So one that holds the electrical wires that go from one point to the other point to then transfer electricity from one point to the other. That's what I see here. So that's, you have some form of receiver here in your corner, and there will be another, or is another over there, and I'm curious to see what that is, or if we're getting another picture equally like this. We'll see. So let's sort this out, because usually, again, I would have sorted this out before. Okay, those are the distractions. Okay, that's what that is. You have a very clear image of yourself here and of the situation at hand, yet there are those distractions. Again, nothing that you would run from. It's just the nature of the distractions is just pleasurable. So it's just like, okay, let's go do this, let's go do that. But there's something else that's happening that needs your attention, that needs your focus. And Spirit is letting you know through me, pay attention, like keep trying to keep your focus on this one, because this seems to be important. No. No, 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 yes, no, no, yes, ooh, no, 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 yes, no, no, we got one missing over here. Wow, okay, so there's the Seven of Swords, we have the Devil card, and we have the Two of Cups. There's something about relationships that's going on. Oh, I know you're really aware. You are really aware of this, because you don't have your eyes closed. You have the full focus on it. So there may have been betrayal in your past, or currently may be going on, and you see them. They think whoever's doing this, the betraying over there, think that they can escape or get away with what they have done or what they're just pulling off. However, you're just sitting over there being like, really, maid? Really? I mean, look at their weapon, look at yours. It's fun. It's almost laughable to me, because also the Seven of Swords is way below the King of Swords. And I'm not getting into the egotistical thing of, oh, you know, that's more or less than the other. What I'm saying is they're not quite aware, but you are. You're very aware, hyper aware, I want to say. And you're just like, mate, you can't even get to this, is what I want to say. You can't even get to here, because if you did, I'd be right there protecting whatever this is. If this is another person, if this is a love relationship that you're in and you feel someone creeping up here, you'd be way ahead of them, way ahead of them. If, also getting the image of family here, like protecting your family from something, or if you're single, then this is protecting yourself, your own beautiful inner alignment from this, because again, you're way ahead of this other person, like way ahead. Like there's no way that they could get anywhere close to you and this beautifulness, this beauty that you've created over here, that could either be internal or external depending on your scenario. And we have the Devil here. It's an invitation, I want to say, to play ego games or to play into this. It's interesting because I feel right now my mischievous side is being sparked by the Devil, because sometimes it feels so good, right, to give into temptation and to be like, ooh, yes, like in the realms of, you know, bad girls, bad boys, I want to say. It's like, oh, we're tempted to do this because we know it feels so good at a certain level, but ultimately we're really paying for it. So the Seven of Swords also sometimes stands for betrayal of self. So you're fully aware of the situation, if this is a person or situation. And there's this element of yours, though, that I feel here that is being poked by this in a sense of, ooh, Should I not? Interesting, because we were saying distraction, right? So there's the temptation that's definitely involved here. The devil card to me is nothing bad per se. Of course, it can talk about addictions, about behavior that's maybe not so great, or that's not so good for the highest good of yourself or of the other people involved. But the devil is doing nothing more than just being here and giving you his hand, right? He's just reaching out. Do you want to come? Do you want to come play? It's that kind of an invitation. And you can either be like, sure, I'll come play, but fully aware of what this is, okay? I want to say this too. And this can be interesting too, to kind of like step on the chessboard of the devil here, of whatever unhealthy attachments or things are going on over here, just to have a look. I don't feel you're going to engage with us any further than just having a look, maybe one step forward to have a look what's going on over there. But then I really have the feeling you would step back and you wouldn't get into those old patterns anymore. I really don't think so. I highly doubt that. Because you're too aware. You're too aware for whatever this is that's going on over there. You really are. Okay, Gemini, let's pull, one more guardian angel card. I really want to look into this topic a bit more, because there's something that's here, and there's more cards than on your side, I want to say, almost, because it's interesting too that I took this one into that situation here. I feel there's something more that's unfolding to over here when it comes to healthy relationships, healthy internal relationships also, okay? So let me pull you one more guardian angel card, and then we take it over to Patreon to have a closer look into this, yes? Trust! Ooh, you are looking at a situation from a purely physical perspective, and therefore you cannot see the bigger picture. I don't think that is for you. I think that's for them. I don't think that's for you. To me, you definitely have the higher view. You're sitting high up. You're sitting high up on the mountaintop here, Gemini, and you definitely are able to perceive like the higher view over the situation, which is why you could easily step onto the chessboard of the devil, of those temptations here, because you can easily pull yourself back too. When, 10 or 20 years earlier, you may have been so intrigued that you fully stepped into their game, I want to say. That's no longer what you're doing. So you cannot see the bigger picture. I think that's them and the blessings interwoven with this event. We, your angels, urge you to trust, for all will work out in the best way possible. For the highest good of all, I want to add here, let go of your fear and apprehension. In case there's a little bit of that left, like I said, it's like the temptation of it. You'll feel it. You'll feel the poke of it in the sense of, ooh, should I do it? Should I come play? Or if there's any fear involved with it or apprehension, like the tension of it, allow God's healing energy to flow to you. Trust, for all will heal in ways you never thought possible. And that can be such a cool thing too, when you see events unfold from the higher perspective and you're just so fully aware, Gemini, of that, because I feel you are trusting. You see all this. Oh gosh, interesting. Okay, Gemini, I really hope this was helpful and or insightful to you. Again, we'll take it over to Patreon to find out more. I'm super curious. Oh my God. Link down below if you want to book a private healing reading with me or a higher guidance coaching call, 101 Zoom session with me. You can at universalpowertarot@gmail.com. There's more information in the description box. For Patreon, it's $11.11 a month. You can cancel at any time. There's over 400 videos over there, 460 something, I think. Lots of picker cards, all the extended ever created. Knock yourself out if you want to. Or if you just want to support, there's also a $2 tier over there. It's not expected, but it's, of course, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I'll either see you next time or over on Patreon. Much, much love. Bye, gems.